Yo guys, welcome to The Last Lap. Don't forget to drop a lovely, juicy 5-star rating if you're watching on Apple Podcasts or Spotify. Hope you enjoy, and let's get into it.
And then one other team that kind of shares its Italianness with Ferrari, AlphaTauri. They launched at New York Fashion Week on Saturday.
Fashion week.
Did you watch the live stream live?
I did not know. I had to.
Or it was like a premiere video.
A rerun of it. Yeah, I watched a rerun.
Very odd because, again, watching live, there's this anticipation. Like they release a video and quite quickly you're like, oh, they're going to show everything.
Yeah.
And they show one angle of Yuki and Nick stood in front of it and a few models behind, modelling and then it just ends.
Yeah.
And there was no like you were expecting to go live into the fashion show.
Yeah. Or but just was no content. Yeah.
And then we had to wait like a good 5-10 minutes for the renders to come out.
Yeah.
It was just really odd. Like
I'm gonna look at the car again.
Strange way of doing it.
I remember it, but I just want to really, really remind myself of how much I disliked it.
So you know no, right. So the red is the controversial part of it. Of course, Orlen coming in as sponsor late on. And I think you can see that I feel like they have shoehorned it in. I feel like that was a deal. They already had delivery and then they were like, oh, Orlen want to turn up and they want to be red, kind of like BWC pink. It's always been a thing. Mm-hmm. So I think the implementation isn't the best, but I don't fundamentally have an issue with the red being on the car.
I actually don't have a problem with it having some red on.
No.
I just, think it's a little bit sloppy. Yeah, I just don't know. Like, it's also like, it's like the car's split up into like 3 different parts. Mm-hmm. You got the front, which is just like a white nose cone. Yeah. It just kind of turns into a red halo. Yeah. And then the rest is just blue around. It doesn't really feel like anything's like nicely connected together. Yeah. It's quite a disconnected sort of livery. Boom, boom, boom.
You can definitely, like, in terms of flow, it definitely doesn't flow. It's obviously
not helped by the red. I think if you were going to do the white nose cone into just everything else is blue, you can't have the red on it.
See, so from most angles, from like perspective angle from side on, I actually quite like it. But
sorry about that.
I actually like it. I actually like it.
How was that so loud? How was that so loud?
No, but the bang front on angle is honestly, I can't even think. It's so bad.
It's awful. That's
from the front on.
Shocker.
It's all because it got the long white nose. You got the black front wing, but then black and navy.
Oh God, I didn't even clock that.
It's like, and then you've got the random bits of red, and the halo red is the worst part of it. I think that's the most jarring implementation of the red for sure. That front angle should be burnt. It's awful.
That is a stinker. Like, I'm not gonna lie, that honks.
And we've seen actually earlier this morning they did a test run of their car as well, just after Ferrari, and it does look like that from the front. It also honks.
It just looks bad over
in real life.
It's you're right. The black and navy, obviously with the lights right now, I didn't actually clock that. But then looking a bit deeper, that is a horror story, and the red halo is a shocker.
I'm split. I'm split because from some angles, most angles, I think it's nice, but that is just it's hard to forgive that, you know.
Yeah,
I don't think I can move on from
when Martin Brundle's doing his grid walk and he comes up to the front of that car. I'm going to go, oh Jesus, turn the channel over, get it out of it, get it out of it. That, you know what that looks like though.
What?
That looks like a car that's going to struggle. Do you know what I'm saying? It doesn't look like a quick car.
I do.
And I have absolutely no logic to apply to the situation.
No, right? I know what you mean.
But you know when the Ferrari came out last year and we were like, that looks quick.
Literally, everyone. Like,
and it was.
Like, you acted like you got a bachelor's in it, mechanical engineering. Like, everyone's that looks quick. Yeah,
purely from the fact that it looked sexy.
I reckon the air flows over that bit lovely. Like, oh, shut up. You don't know what you're talking about, man. I don't know what I'm talking about, and I don't claim to. I'm just waffling. That's all I'm here for. No, I agree. It looks like it won't be competitive.
Yeah, I honestly cannot explain it at all. But when was the last time you saw an absolutely unbelievable looking car be shit.
That's a good point.
We're talking Orange Arrows days. That was the last time I saw a nice car look shit.
Well, that MTV livery.
Yeah.
That was a bit of a
Leng. Terrible car.
bit towards the back. Not a great car.
Yeah, but
AlphaTauri is a weird one, isn't it? Because there were times in 2021 where that was the third quickest car.
yeah.
Like for certain races, Pierre Gasly putting it top 6, like almost every qualifying session.
True.
And I don't know, man. Like, it's 9th last year, so behind Haas. Had a stronger end to the season than Haas, but still, you wonder, have they consolidated? Blah blah blah. Also, Haas share, which I thought was really interesting actually. Haas share a lot more with Ferrari in terms of they take a lot more bits that they can from Ferrari.
Yep.
AlphaTauri actually just don't take that anywhere near as much from Red Bull as they could.
Right, okay.
They choose to design their own stuff.
Right.
Say, for example, I think it's like gearbox casing, for example. They could just buy it from Red Bull, but they design their own one. And it's like, yeah, but Red Bull are literally the team.
They are like the
So
best.
it does seem a bit odd.
And you are linked to them. Like, you could do that.
Like, exploit that link. Like, because you can certainly argue, right, that like it shouldn't be allowed one company to own 2 teams, and there's always going to be crossover because you've got engine supplier deals, and it's difficult. It's a grey area, right?
Yeah.
I get that, but if you've got that connection, I just don't understand beyond. I mean, pessimistically, ego and just wanting to do it yourself.
Yeah.
Like, why you wouldn't exploit that when the big brother team, the big sister team, whatever you want to call it, is at the top.
Is winning the Constructors' Championship. Surely he'd be like, lads, give us...
You'd think so.
Give us a little bit of...
Especially where they're struggling.
Yeah.
So, or at least struggled last year. Because, again, even their car in 2021 was really strong with Pierre at the wheel. It was like they got to a good place and then they just took a massive step back in these new regulations.
Yeah.
Whereas, like, but they're part of Red Bull.
Yeah. How can you be taking it? It doesn't make any sense. Also, I just want AlphaTauri. Like, I know it sounds really bad because there's been like a lot of memories of Toro Rosso and
yeah, of course.
But I just kind of just want someone to come in and go, let's just buy AlphaTauri now.
I'd love Honda to come in and buy that team.
Yeah. Just make it Honda Racing. Boom. Let's just do something cool with it. Because I feel like it's going to go out sad if we don't.
Sonoda at the helm.
Yes. Yeah. And Iwasa as well.
That literally, I did my predictions.
Do you reckon?
For next year, and I did Iwasa.
Because he was strong at the end of last season.
Yeah, he was. He was very strong. Rookie year as well.
Yeah.
For rookie. What do we think? Obviously, we all know that, Valentine's Day, your second love.
Yuki Tsunoda.
After me.
Yes.
That means your missus is third.
Yeah, my missus is third. I think she'll understand. She'll see Yuki Tsunoda and she'll understand.
Yeah, fair enough.
So,
what do we think though? Trying to, because I've got a lot of love. Like, he's one of my favourite drivers as well, for sure.
Yeah.
It's going to be tough for him. It's going to be tough for Nick De Vries as well, because I think there is a degree of expectation as Formula E champion.
Yeah, of course.
He came in the same generation up as Russell and Norris and Albon.
Yeah.
What do we think?
I'm a little bit concerned, just from the sense of like, if Yuki doesn't beat Nick De Vries or gets beat quite convincingly, I think that's probably a wrap. Unless Honda come in, buy the team and go, boom, we want Yuki. But even still, you've got Iwasa there, who's, unless they want to go for an all-Japanese team, which they could do, but Honda never did that when they were in Formula One in the past. So they had one representative, obviously, in Takuma Sato, but it didn't go, we're an all-Japanese team, we're going to have an all-Japanese lineup. If they looked at Iwasa, if Iwasa won F2, for example, this season, and they just went, boom, yeah, cool, he's cold. Off the back of Yuki getting, beaten by, there's a lot of ifs and buts in that sentence, but if that was to happen, then yeah, I'd be a bit concerned. If AlphaTauri continued to exist next season and Nick De Vries beats him convincingly, then yeah, I'd also be concerned again.
I just think that Yuki has to beat Nick this year.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I think he's out of F1.
He has definitely improved. It's like what we were talking about with Stroll earlier. It's the level of improvement needed in Formula One for longevity has to be high. Like, you can't get better incrementally like that. You have to. There has to be like debut season where it's like, cool. if you make mistakes, you make mistakes, whatever.
Yeah.
But in the second season, you have to show, right, cool, I've ironed out most of those, and I've improved in pace as well. With Mick Schumacher, we still saw the same mistakes, so that's why he's not here anymore.
I mean, obviously, you got to look Silverstone when he took out Pierre. And obviously Canada were big errors. I think we saw Yuki's pace for sure develop massively because he was much closer to Pierre, still behind Pierre, but closer to Pierre.
Yeah, we rate Pierre very highly.
Exactly. So, it's all relative, isn't it?
Yeah.
But this is why this third season he needs to iron out those creases in his performances. But also, Nick De Vries is a rookie still.
Yeah.
So it is a learning curve for him. Yuki is the established driver of that team.
Yeah.
I think as much as I believe Yuki has the ability in him to be a solid, consistent F1 driver on a performance basis. But if he doesn't beat Nick De Vries this year, I just think that puts too much uncertainty. You want to be like a team, like getting into your third year. Like Nando's talked about this, Alex Albon's talked about this, about kind of feeling like you become a team leader now. You need to kind of steer that car, and you need to kind of command that confidence in you. And I think, especially those mistakes, it's just like, I really hope.
And the bad news for him is that there's about 17 junior drivers in Red Bull.
That's what I mean, man.
So it's not like when he first joined and it was like, you had Liam Lawson kind of chilling there, and I think maybe Vips as well. But they weren't really doing enough. And Tsunoda was like, quite easily, okay, cool, we'll choose him. There's a lot of Red Bull juniors now.
You still got Lawson, you got Maloney, you got Fittipaldi, you got Hauger, you got Awassa.
Yeah. Is Daruvala still there?
Daruvala, he's still there. I think Zach Crawford as well.
Yeah.
He's in F2 as well.
Yeah. There's the kid who was in F3. Is he French?
Victor Mata?
No, Hajjak.
Oh,
Hajar.
Yes.
Hajar.
We've just named like 7 or 8.
Yeah.
That's pretty good knowledge, to be fair.
Yeah,
we've done well there. We've done well there.
Come on. We've ruined it. Ruined it.
See,
why did you... Oh, flipping neck, man.
What? No, why did you do that? We always spud, man.
Yeah, that is true.
That's what I mean. Man. See, if you weren't watching, if you're listening only, you've missed.
Yeah. I grabbed his fist, basically, is what happened. That's what happened. We ruined the wheel knowledge with poor fist knowledge. No, that's crazy. I can't say that. Anyway, look, listen. Moral of the story... Tsunoda, fix up.
You can't say you crack.